Hello, 7 o'clock class from November 14th, Tuesday night. This is the very first review video. One of the things we did right off the bat was just strum through the alphabet, and I highly encourage you to do the major chords, the minor chords, and push yourself eventually down to do the 7th chord. So in other words, A major, A minor, B minor would be good to start with. Most people don't realize that B major looks like an A major chord, slid up 2 frets with the index finger down. Jump into that at some point. B7's there too, but we'll talk about the 7th chord shortly. So A major, B major, C major, D major, E major, F major, G major. Now, the minor chords, we'll just choose the more popular ones for the moment. A minor, B minor. If you slide B minor up 1 fret, you get C minor. That's pretty cool. D minor, E minor. F minor we'll leave for now, and G minor we'll leave for now. Okay, so push yourself to get major, minor, and 7th chords for each letter of the alphabet, and you'll be doing well. That's 21 chords. We'll get there. Don't worry about that. Roots of chords. Roots are probably some of the coolest things you'll ever learn. They make your guitar and your playing sound so much more professional. Top string E. This is the E6 string. Any chords that are E based. E major, E minor, E major, E minor. They are rooted off the top string. Makes sense, it's an E. G. That note right here, 3rd fret of the E string, is a G note. E, F, F sharp, G. So E major, E minor, G major. Even G7. That's the root. So consider that to be the basement or foundation of the chord. Hearing the roots, very important, makes the guitar sound so much better, and the notes that are higher pitched than the root sound even better if the root is heard. Okay, on the A string, this is the A or 5th string, you have A major, A minor, you can even have A7. You hear how important that root is. C. 3rd fret of the A string, but in the 2nd fret right there, that B, very common in B7. Not so much in B major because it's a bar chord, or B minor if it's a bar chord, minor bar chord, since a lot of us are still using this version and we don't use that root, that's okay. But A's and C's, A chords, C chords, use the C root, okay? 5th string root. All right, D string, 4th string, open D note is the root of the D chord, the D minor chord. I have a bad fingernail, but it's getting better. And D7, so D major, D minor, D7, okay? You also have on the D string the 3rd fret for F. That is your root for your F chord. So, quick review. E, top string, your E chords, and your G chords. A string, A major, A minor, A7, and C major, which is your 3rd fret. Remember, don't play your top E string on a C major chord. That takes away from that chord very quickly. It's a completely different chord if you play that top string. So A chords and C chords for the 5th string. D string, you have D roots for D major, D minor, D7, and for your 3rd fret F. Another thing I pointed out was this was your G note up here. Interestingly enough, C is directly below that, and F is directly below that. Think of 4. G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F. Those strings are arranged in what we call fourths. That'll be important a little later on. Other chords, such as slash chords, where you see D slash F sharp or G slash B or C slash E, that basically means that on the left-hand side of the slash, you will play the chord. On the right-hand side of the slash, that note is to be the lowest sounding note in that chord. For instance, G over B. That's the only one I'll do for now. Here's G major. This is a G note right there. But if you saw a G slash B chord, that is no longer the root of the chord. The root of the chord becomes the B. The bottom of the chord becomes the B because of the G slash B. Well, this is a B note right here. I know that because this is an A string, very close to B. A sharp, B. And we'll get into sharps and flats a little later on. So G slash B means you're playing this note as the lowest note of that chord. Here's a G chord. G over B. Again, quite a difference on the bottom end. It makes the entire bottom part of the chord sound that much different. Okay, we're going to play the G package, G major, E minor, C, and D, but we're going to hit the root first of each of those and just strum once. So G hit 6, strum. E minor hit 6. C hit 5. D hit 4. Let's do that again. G hit 6. E minor hit 6. C hit 5. And D hit 4. And that's also called the G package, and we'll talk more about that in coming weeks. Very quickly, just to re-emphasize the 4 categories of guitar playing that I teach. There's strumming, strumming is basically running your pick all through the strings. Every note that belongs in the chord. If it's a 6-string chord, 5-string chord, 4-string chord, you're running your pick through those particular strings or groups of strings to make the chord sound like one. C, A minor. When you strum, it sounds like one chord, one package. So I'm going to strum C and A minor now. A minor. Arpeggiating is taking those same chords and articulating each string, one string at a time, of that chord so that they stand out. In other words, the chord becomes broken, which is another name for arpeggio. It's a broken chord. So I'm going to play the middle 4 strings. I'm going to play that up and down. Different texture than strumming, where you're banging all 5 strings together at the same time. You are addressing each part of the chord individually, each string of the chord individually. That's arpeggio style. Finger style is when we drop the pick. I'm going to go address the same 2 chords, C and A minor. My thumb is going to go to the bass note, the root note, which is on 5 of C and also of A. And I'm going to put these other 3 fingers for the time being, because I'm choosing to right now, underneath string 4, 3, and 2. So I'm going to play the same pattern, only finger style, A minor, so that you can hear it. So in a sense, that's a finger style arpeggio pattern. But if I pull all the strings at the same time, like I'm pinching, it's called blocking. A minor, if I were to play a G chord, I would move my thumb then to the 6th string. Keep my other fingers in the same place for the time being. E minor, I would stay on 6. Again, I'm blocking, fingerstyle blocking. Go back to C major. When I move my fingers in that order, thumb 1, 2, 3, and then back and forth like that, it's called fanning. That's another day. And fanning usually sounds like an arpeggio, but done in fingerstyle rather than with a pick. The fourth category after strumming, arpeggiation, and fingerstyle is called flat picking. Flat picking is either taking a tune or a melody, those terms can be used interchangeably, or a scale, and you're playing those particular notes of that tune or that melody or that scale to make them stand out, such as this. Here's a scale, the G scale. C scale. D scale. So when I'm playing a tune, or another one, I am playing a melody. So I'm not chording, I'm not arpeggiating, not fingerstyle. I'm basically playing the tune. The way a singer would sing the words to a tune, I'm playing it on the guitar. So strumming, arpeggiating, fingerstyle, flat picking, those four approaches. If you watch any style of guitar playing where there's if you were to analyze that, you will see some arpeggiating and you will see some flat picking. If I was to go further on in the song, then you see some strumming as well. There's no fingerstyle on that tune that I'm aware of, but 3 of those particular categories were evident inside of that tune. You can see in any style of guitar playing that you can break up the technical pieces of what the guitarist is doing into either strumming, arpeggiation, fingerstyle, or flat picking. They're doing some of that, or combinations of that particular thing. Okay, staying with flat picking for just a minute, we tried something called a spider. First thing we're going to do though on the top 6th string is push the pick down and up. We refer to that as alternating direction. Down being the strong beat, up being the weak beat. So we're going to take our left hand and go 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to leave your fingers on the frets after you do them. You can basically pick them up if you want. Just try to keep them close to the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4. But as I'm doing that, my right hand is going down, up, down, up. This hand is moving lateral. This hand is moving vertically. Try that a lot. Coordinate those 2 activities. Move to the next string. Next string. Come on the 4th. Don't hesitate to stop this video and do it at a speed that works for you. I'm trying to cram a lot into this so that you can review it on your own. 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string. This comes originally from a technique called the spider, from the 12th fret down. And you can see that the fingers are kind of like moving like a spider's legs. Thus the name spider. Okay, a little bit of homework. Father and Son, Cat Stevens. Pretty easy tune to play for the most part, based on the G package. G, E minor, C, A minor, D, and the odd time in the chorus, a B minor. But we'll leave that one out for the moment. Okay, I've posted Father and Son, the video, on the Facebook site, and I'm sending the link as well. And I want you to have a listen to it. And if you can figure out the strumming pattern, I'm going to do a bit of it here, and it may vary throughout the tune, and it does. And then I'm going to play around with the chords here for a second. So, see if you can copy that, or at least explain what I'm doing, what kind of pattern that might be. Another way to approach this is arpeggio, where you're going to play the root of the chord with the pick and string 4, 3, and 2 on all the chords that are rooted on string 6, that's G's and E's, and on all chords that are rooted on string 5, that's C's and A's, you're going to play the root and string 4, 3, and 2. I repeat, you're going to play the root, 4, 3, and 2, and you're going to fan it down like this. Root, 4, 3, 2. On any of the chords on string 6. But chords that are rooted on string 4, D for instance, you're going to start on the D and you're going to play or fan down, arpeggiate down on 3, 2, 1. Okay, so root 3, 2, 1, because you have no choice, really. So I'm going to play those first 8 chords again of Father and Son, arpeggio style, in a fan style. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Root, 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 and root. Finger style. My thumb is going to go to the root, and these 3 fingers are going to play 4, 3, 2 on the rooted chords on string 6 and string 5. G and E, C and A. Thumb on the root, these 3 fingers on 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. But on a chord rooted on the 4th string, the thumb is going to go to 4, and by default, these 3 fingers have to go on string 3, 2, and 1. We're going to try those same 8 chords, starting with the thumb on the root. Here we go. G, ready, 2, 3, 4. Thumb, root on 4, root on 5, root on 5, root on 6, root on 6, root on 5, root on 4. And we'll pick it up there next Tuesday.